Jay from Team DMA coming at you with another video. So this video is going to be a special video regarding the Q&A, which is people in the comments or subscribers or whatever the case, they ask questions or they have comments and then I answer them. So the first the first question is kind of funny because it comes from this subscriber. I don't ask, but obviously he's lying because he does ask. And he has a question, or she, I don't know. But the question came regarding a budget profile that I made. So obviously, as you already know, I give some of these budget profiles away, and sometimes I sell some, and it's whatever money I make from that. I don't really make anything. Like for example, I'll spend like $100 to make the deck, but I'll sell it for 50, so I lose $50. So a lot of people, they believe that, oh, Julian's making a fortune and taking everyone's money, milking it, and all of that is a lie. I make it to where I lose money and people who buy win money. So you might be asking yourself, why would I do that? Because I can. When you're successful, you can do things like that. It's a way to help the community, either selling them at a low price or giving them away for free. So the question here that we have, we're going to be pausing the video and moving on to the question. So here's the question. Do you know that there's the cheaper budget decks? Right. So before we move on to that, so a lot of these YouTubers or people who ask, they're either new to Yu-Gi-Oh or maybe they're not. I have no idea. But what people don't realize is I've been around playing at locals and YCS since the very beginning, since the first YCS events and the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments that were held back in 2007 and 8. And I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh since 2002 when the product barely came out. So a lot of people weren't even born. There's a lot of people that are just playing Yu-Gi-Oh now. So they ask me questions like, do you know about this or do you know about that? You have to think about it. It's more likely that before this subscriber, or he's maybe not a subscriber, just a YouTuber, the chances are very high that before he or she was born, I was already playing Yu-Gi-Oh. So then they're asking me if I know that there's cheaper budget decks. So the other thing to know is I give free cards away and free decks. So you're gonna have to have the question, which one's cheaper, a free deck or a cheap deck, which means you have to pay. That's a decision you have to make. So in this first question, it's already wrong, because if you have to pay for a deck, then it's not cheap. So the cheapest way is Team DMA, you get free cards and free decks. That beats a cheap deck because you don't pay anything. And then also thank you to the people who support the channel by purchasing the single cards, purchasing the decks. Those people for a full year, they get free cards, and I sponsor them at their locals. Like I'll be talking about that when the video ends. Discussion about sponsorship from Team DMA, either with cash or free cards. So we're gonna be moving on to what's next after that. You can get Marincess, Flunderies, Stun, Crystal Beast, Evil Eye, Trap Tricks, and Dark World for less than 100. So Evil Eye, I gave him 2 decks away. Crystal Beast, nothing. Flunderies, I know that deck. Now there's a Flunderies that was 5 or 6 times nationals. YCS nationals first place means there's no stronger deck in the world than that one. And there was 3 versions. All of those versions, my Dark Magician budget destroyed it. It's on my channel. I have proof. And now there was some regionals and also nationals that made it to like top 10 of Marincess. My Dark Magician budget also destroyed it. So Marincess, all that's happening is monster effects. They're not doing anything else. So you stop their spells with the village or the right hand or navigation, or you can do it with Dragoon, Naruto, or all 5 or 6 of them, and then you stop the effects in the field. Once you do that, they're dead. And I have the nationals versions, and I also have the top regionals. Both I destroyed them. Now the Flunderies, forget the stun, and people are gonna be like, yeah, but the stun is different. Flunderies is a stun. There's a lot of things that Flunderies does to stop you. But if you want to talk stunt about it by itself, like that stop you, that doesn't help because you're gonna have to ask the question: when's the last time that they top 10 at nationals? Because I don't concentrate on the small fry. I concentrate on the undefeated decks that no one else can beat. How do I know? Because a lot of people have questions, concerns, and comments, or suggestions or opinions. But then the moment that you go to their channel, nothing. They have no proof of nothing. So a lot of the times it's just emotional talk. They're just talking emotionally because they feel something. So those things don't really produce any success because it's based on something that you believe, something you feel, something you like. But that doesn't translate to champion. Champion is different. And people wonder, like, how come there's only a few champions, like people who reach the Hall of Fame or champions of in boxing of different weight classes? Why? Because once you get into the championship mentality, championship lifestyle, you're no longer regular. You're elite. You're doing things that nobody else will do. And this is why I concentrate on top 10 regionals and nationals, because those are the small fry. I know that if I go to people's channels, they can't defeat those decks. So then I waste my time and I go to some of these subscribers and some of these Q&A questions and answers, and I go into the channel already knowing from the beginning that they have no proof of anything. They also don't have any content regarding it. So the question is, why, Jay? Why? Why don't they have any content? Why don't none of the famous YouTubers or non-famous YouTubers or Q&A questions and answers? Why nobody has? Why the YCS Nationals doesn't have that? The answer is because they can't win. That's why. It's very easy answer. Because you can't win. They can't win. So the question is there someone? Yes. Team DMA, Julfer 9211 has plenty of content since 2020 with budget decks destroying all of these decks. They have up to 10 negates per turn. So Marinus falls to budget Dark Magician. I have proof. Now you go backwards. Do they have proof? They don't. Now, Jay's turn again. Flunderies, the deck that no one can beat and everyone's scared of. Do they have proof they can beat it? No. In fact, a lot of people have told me they can't beat it. So what am I saying? I'm saying the facts. They can't beat it. They're happy the statue's gone. So Jay, can you beat it? Yes. How many versions? All of them. Undefeated first place nationals? Yes. Multiple times. All the proof is in my deck. Jay, how did you beat him? With 7 to 8 negations per turn with a budget deck Dark Magician. Smoked it. Flunderies is one of the weakest decks at full power. Can I prove it? Yep, it's in my channel. Now the question, can you prove it? No. Why? Because you can't special summon. Why? Because I play Shifter. Shifter, when Shifter resolves, there's no more Dragoon. You can say goodbye. That's why they don't show you those duels. Jay, Dragoon is the boss monster. No, it's not. You're dead wrong. That's why you can't beat these decks. Because you don't know how to play Dark Magician. Neither does the people who teach you. Because a lot of people are not original. They're playing a deck or they're saying or doing something because they heard it from someone else. They're not testing it themselves. Crystal Beast. Crystal Beast is actually a very good deck. It can do up to like 7 or 8 negations in one turn. I have a duel with it. And it had the Appaloosa. I had Appaloosa plus 3 negations. It's on my channel. So it was somewhere around 8 or 9 negations. I had the 4 from that and 3 or 4. 2 in the hand, I think 2 in the back row. And guess what happened with the budget deck? I still killed it. I still crushed it. It didn't do anything to me. Evil Eye. So I have a lot of, I've given I think 2 or 3 Evil Eye budget decks. Plus I still have a lot of Evil Eye cards. If people want them for free and you're in Team DMA, you're welcome to ask for them. I have them. They're going to be given away for free. I've been forgetting to get rid of them. So Evil Eye is spells and obviously effects. So again, you hit them with the village, a few spell negations and monster effects, and they're gone. They're wasting your time. So the next one is Trap Tricks. Trap Tricks is actually reached top 10 for regionals and both nationals. But then you, the people, they try to make it to where you can't beat it. It's the best deck, blah, blah, all this and that. And then you ask them some simple questions. Here's the first question for Trap Tricks. And we're going to go back to Flunderies and the other one. What happens when you play Denko Osaka against Trap Tricks? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what that card does? So I give those cards away for free. I have 2 playsets right now. And since I'm going to be sponsoring GoldenEye when it goes to locals, you will be getting a playset of that for free. It is a normal summon that you can special, and it says no one can activate set traps. So you got Eldritch, you got Labyrinth, and you got Traptrix. You normal summon Denko Saka, and now the question, what happens to Traptrix? What happens to Labyrinth? What happens to all the traps? In case you don't know, they surrender. So now we go to Floowandereeze. When you play Village and only one, there can be one, what happens to Floowandereeze? They surrender. How do you know, Jay? Because that's what I do in my duels with the budget deck, and I win. I have proof. People don't have proof. They just talk emotionally. I have proof. It's not emotional. It's just facts. So against Traptrix, you can also play Jinzo or Heavy Back Row Destruction. And I'm nice enough to not stop these decks. Like Traptrix, I have some duels from it, from the regionals and nationals, like top 10. You can see them on my channel. I don't play those cards to be mean to them. I let them play all of their cards, evenly matched, and all their back row traps, all their monster effects, and guess what happens? Nothing. Because the budget Dark Magician deck is not affected by Traptrix or Floowandereeze or Marensis or Stun or Beast or Evil. It doesn't work on the Dark Magician deck. And then when we move forward, we go on to Dark World. So Dark World, very powerful actually, but very easy to destroy. So I was talking about putting the Shifter, because in case you didn't know, when you play Shifter, it's an automatic win, auto win. Because they revolve in their graveyard effects. So when you play Dark Magician, just so people wouldn't attack me, I don't play Shifter. And I played the basic budget Dark Magician deck, and guess what happened? I crushed it. I have more than, I think Dark World's one of the decks that I have a lot of duels against. All the regionals as well as the nationals versions, all of them. I think I have like 30, 40 duels against them. And they have no effect on the Dark Magician deck. So what are they doing? They're only doing one thing, sending cards to the graveyard and popping cards on your field. They're not doing anything else. So it's easy to understand what they're doing and how to counter it. One easy way, like I say, is Shifter. The other card you could do is Dragon Knight. So then they can't pop anything. They're gone. They're gone. And you can play the Village as well, because the only cards that they're going to be playing is the Field Spell. And that's pretty much it for them. So I have proof of those decks in my channel, and then also those decks don't. Those decks don't. They can't beat the budget Dark Magician deck because I have proof. But then when you tell them like, okay, those cards that I talked about, Village, and there can only be one, Barrier, like Barrier, Dimension Barrier, and then Kosaka and all of these cards, Shifter, can they stop a Dark Magician deck? No, because we use them. They don't affect us. They only affect your opponent. So a lot of these guys also, you can use the Kaijus. That doesn't affect the Dark Magician budget also, because we don't need Dragoon. And that's what makes Floowandereeze very powerful. They don't need an extra deck, in case you didn't know. All other cards are normal summoned. That's why it's so powerful. So this is why I built the AC 130, because that's the way it works. So he's saying that you have more fun as well playing the other decks, and as well. And then it says, well, so your opponent. So this is obviously an opinion, because he's saying they have more fun. But says who? Who says that? No one said that, only this person. So when you go into their channel, they have no YouTube content. So are we really gonna base it off of someone who doesn't have any Yu-Gi-Oh content? They never beat first place nationals. They don't help out the community. Like, the list just goes on forever. Should we really take this advice? Should we take it to heart? Should we take it serious? And I know people are thinking like, Jay, don't take this too hard. I said, no. This is this is a series that I've done before. It's the Q&A, question and answers. They ask something or they say something and I respond. And this is one of the reasons why my channel doesn't have a lot of subscribers, because people want you to agree with them and they want you to cater to their feelings. They want you to make them feel good. My channel is not about that. I don't care about people's feelings. I don't care what you think. I only care about the facts and winning. Nothing else matters. This is why a lot of YouTubers have a lot of subscribers, or